France is quietly bleeding its most successful entrepreneurs. Not because they want to leave, but because they literally can't afford to stay. And right now, thousands of French business owners are making a calculated decision. Pack up everything and move to countries that reward success instead of punishing it. Today I'm showing you exactly where they're going to, the strategies they're using, and how you can apply this if you're sick of watching your government treat your success like a crime. France has implemented new exceptional tax hikes. High earners now face additional taxes on income over 250,000 euros, but it even gets much worse. Let me tell you about a dinner I had last month in Dubai with a French client. And this guy built a fintech company from nothing, employed over 40 people, and paid 1.8 million euros in taxes last year alone. And he looked at me and said, like, Zach, I don't feel like a refugee. I feel like I escaped a sinking ship. And the wealth tax called IFI now hits your worldwide real estate assets as well. So even property abroad that's not even earning you a cent, up to 1.5% annually based on your total net real estate value. And it's really not anymore about just taxing the earnings, they are taxing ownership. And for many successful people, it feels like less like taxation and more like a punishment for building wealth. My client was paying 45% in income tax, plus social charges, plus the wealth tax, and that's eating his net worth every year. And according to the New World Wealth Analysis, 60,000 millionaires left France between 2000 and 2017, and that's only because of the wealth tax alone. That's thousands per year deciding their own country doesn't want them. So where are these French business owners actually going to? And how are they pulling off these moves while legally avoiding and crushing French exit tax? Let me walk you through the main escape routes I'm seeing. The first of them is Switzerland. And it makes perfect sense, right? So it's next door, it's French-speaking Geneva, dramatic relief for French entrepreneurs. And I was meeting private wealth managers in Geneva last month, and they told me something that perfectly captured this crisis. Zach, our French clients aren't just moving here for lower taxes anymore. They are running from a country that makes them feel ashamed for being successful. And really, think about that. These French business owners, they build companies, they create jobs, they contribute to their economy, and they feel more welcome in Switzerland than in their own homeland. The second country is Portugal. I recently helped a client move his family from Lyon to Lisbon. This guy was paying 47% effective tax rate in France. And now, about 12%. His children are learning Portuguese and he's loving the weather, and most importantly, he has capital to reinvest instead of handing it over to the French government. And the last one is Monaco. Zero income tax, stay close to France, keep your networks. The real estate is expensive, let's say 5 million euros for a decent apartment, but when you're saving millions annually in taxes, the math works. But here's a destination that really changes everything, and that's Dubai. Dubai's zero tax environment for French entrepreneurs is becoming the gold standard. Not reduced taxes, but it's 0% personal income tax, 0% capital gain tax, and 0% wealth tax. I'm living this reality right now. The UAE tax residence offers something no other country can match: complete tax freedom combined with incredible business opportunities. You should see the French communities forming here. French schools, French restaurants, business networks. They're rebuilding the best parts of French culture and business practice without questioning their tax burden. But here's where most people completely mess up their French business relocation. They think it's simple as buying a plane ticket and opening a bank account overseas, but that is obviously completely wrong. One of my clients tried Monaco on his own, and 2 years, massive legal fees, rejected twice. Finally, he came to us for proper French exit tax planning, and we know exactly how he structured in his case. The secret that separates successful relocation from disasters, that's timing. The successful French entrepreneurs I work with plan their moves 2 or 3 years ahead, not 2 or 3 months. We're always talking about years. And why? Because properly serving ties with French taxation while establishing legitimate residency elsewhere takes time. You can't just declare yourself outside French system and hope for the best. That's just not possible. Swiss tax residency requires genuine substance and spending time there, having real ties. The UAE tax residency needs at least 90 days annually for a bulletproof status, plus real business activities. Smart entrepreneurs establish genuine residency first, and then they make their major financial moves once they're protected from French exit taxes requirements. And let me give you a real example. I worked with a French family who owned a restaurant chain, and they knew they eventually will sell, but they also understood that the sale would trigger massive French exit taxes without proper planning. So we spent 2 years establishing their Swiss tax residency properly. When they finally sold for 18 million euros, they saved over 3.8 million in taxes. That is 3.8 million euros kept in the family instead of being lost to the French tax system. And that's generational wealth preserved through smart timing and proper planning. There is a dark side to this, the French brain drain that nobody wants to discuss about. Every French entrepreneur who leaves takes their job creation with them. So these aren't just the rich people avoiding taxes. They are innovators who fund startups, drive economic growth. And that's actually what the French government refused to understand, that if these people are moving, that is also permanent. With MFast, I talk to former French residents constantly, and almost none of them plan to return. They've built a new life elsewhere. The children are in international schools, and they've moved on. 2025 is accelerating this crisis. Every new tax announcement triggers more inquiries by Dubai relocation from French entrepreneurs. Just last week, 4 French business owners contacted me about leaving. And not because they hate France, they love their country, but they literally can't afford to stay successful there. And when you can legally go from 45% to 0% in tax, saving hundreds of thousands annually, staying becomes financially irresponsible. French entrepreneurs aren't just saving on taxes, they're discovering opportunities they never imagined. Dubai has become a hub for European businesses expanding into Asia and Africa. They're building wealth faster than ever before. I was in Paris recently and you can really feel the energy drain. Less startup activity and fewer deals, for example. These entrepreneurs who remain are planning exit strategies instead of focusing on growth. And as more successful people leave, the tax burden on others gets heavier, which pushes actually more people to leave. Meanwhile, other countries actively encourage this migration. Dubai streamlined business setup for Europeans. Switzerland created programs for high net worth relocations, and these countries understand what France doesn't. Entrepreneurs are mobile and they will choose places that celebrate success rather than punish it. And if you're French and you're watching this trend, I'm not trying to convince you to abandon your country. France is beautiful, the culture is incredible, and it's your home. But you should understand your options. These trends are accelerating, not slowing down. Whether you're French, Belgian, or German, or from any high-tax European country, the lesson is clear: you don't have to accept whatever tax rate your government imposes. You have options. When I left Belgium for Dubai, people thought I was crazy because why abandon Europe? But you can maintain European culture and connections while escaping Russian taxation. You can literally buy a ticket for friends and family from all the money you save with taxes, and you will sleep way better because you know you're not handing over half your income. The strategy is driving this French wild migration war for anyone facing high taxation. The key is proper exit tax planning, professional guidance for establishing tax residency elsewhere, and understanding this isn't just about taxes, it's about financial freedom. At MFast, we have helped hundreds of entrepreneurs execute successful relocations from high-tax European countries. Not because we're against any particular nation, but because we believe entrepreneurs deserve the freedom to choose where they live and how much tax they pay. Now, what do you think about this crisis? Are countries like France pushing away their most productive citizens? Or should successful entrepreneurs accept their higher taxation as their civic duty? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious, especially if you're dealing with similar tax pressure or you're considering to do a relocation. If you want to explore your options for business relocation, whether it's Dubai or a Swiss residency or whatsoever, visit mfas.com. We specialize in helping European entrepreneurs navigating these challenges legally and strategically. The world is changing rapidly, and the question is, are you going to adapt and protect your wealth or keep paying taxes that make building generational wealth nearly impossible? Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.